Hi everyone, so today we're going to look at subordinating conjunctions again before we retake the quiz on Thursday. So conjunctions, remember, are the part of speech that joins things. So subordinating conjunctions will join a dependent clause to an independent clause. Another way of saying that is that a subordinated conjunction will join a sentence fragment to a complete sentence. And that will create what we call a complex sentence. Subordinating conjunctions can be found at the beginning of a sentence or in the middle, and depending upon where it is, the beginning or the middle, it will be punctuated differently. So let's look at a couple of examples. Before we look at it used in a sentence, I guess let's just take a peek down here. Here's a list of some subordinating conjunctions. There are more than this. This is a list that is too long really to memorize, but if you can think of a few, keep a few in your mind that we use more than others, like after, although, we use because a lot, like after and before, since, unless, when, while. These are ones that we use quite often. You could maybe memorize like a short list of ones that you think you'll use a lot. Anyway, let's look at how they are used in a sentence. So here we go. We have this sentence here. As Sherry blew out the candles atop her birthday cake, she caught her hair on fire. So as is a subordinating conjunction, and it's at the beginning of the sentence. When we use the subordinating conjunction at the beginning of the sentence, we need a comma after that first clause. So as Sherry blew out the candles atop her birthday cake, comma, she caught her hair on fire. So what I want you to see about subordinating conjunctions, it's really weird. If you left them out, you would have two sentences, but by putting it in, it makes it a fragment. So this again is review, but if you look at this, Sherry blew out the candles atop her birthday cake. That's a sentence, right? It has a subject Sherry, has a predicate blew, and it relates a complete idea. But once you stick as on there, now this is not a complete sentence anymore, even though we added to it instead of taking away. We still have the subject and predicate, Sherry blew, but we do not have a complete idea, because when we say, as Sherry blew out the candles atop her birthday cake, that's clearly not a complete idea. We're waiting for more. You assume the person is going to say more. What happened as she did that? And so it becomes a dependent clause or a sentence fragment, and then it attaches to an independent clause here. All right, so again, what I want you to get out of here mostly is that if you use the subordinating conjunction at the beginning of the sentence, you need that comma, and you can almost hear where the comma goes, right? As Sherry blew out the candles atop her birthday cake, she caught her hair on fire. See how you can hear that it's two separate parts of a sentence, and the comma goes between. If we do the same sentence, but we put our subordinating conjunction as in the middle of the sentence, now we do not need a comma. We're going to take the second half of the sentence and put it at the front, and the front half at the back, separated with the subordinating conjunction and no comma. All right. Sherry caught her hair on fire as she blew out the candles atop her birthday cake. It's the same information. We've just taken the two parts of this sentence and flipped them. So the front one is in the back and the back one is in the front. And we put that conjunction in the middle. All right, I know that seems like a lot of explanation and a lot of words, and it might feel confusing, but I think when you look at examples, it gets much more clear. All right, let's look at another example of the same thing. So when the doorbell rang, my dog Skeeter barked loudly. So here we have our subordinating conjunction when, and we have the comma after that first clause. When the doorbell rang, comma, my dog Skeeter barked loudly. But if we put the my dog Skeeter barked loudly at the beginning of the sentence, and we put the doorbell rang at the end of the sentence, okay, and then we move our subordinating conjunction in the middle between them, we don't need a comma. My dog Skeeter barked loudly when the doorbell rang. Now, on the quiz, you're going to be asked to write a sentence with a subordinating conjunction at the beginning and punctuate correctly. And then you're also going to be asked to write a sentence with a subordinating conjunction in the middle and punctuate correctly. So if you want to take some notes so that you have a little idea of what that looks like, go ahead and do that. You should write original sentences though, right? Not my examples. All right, let's look at our practice for today. So we have 5 sentences here, and we are going to identify the subordinating conjunction in each sentence, and we're going to punctuate each sentence correctly. All right, so number 1, after the basement flooded, we spent all day cleaning up. So what is the subordinating conjunction in this sentence? All right, did you identify it as after? All right, so after is the subordinating conjunction, so that puts the conjunction at the beginning of the sentence. So now, identify the sentence that is punctuated correctly. All right, after the basement flooded, comma, we spent all day cleaning up, period. All right, number 2, I don't want to go to the movies because I hate the smell of popcorn. What is the subordinating conjunction in this sentence? All right, did you choose because? So here we have the conjunction in the middle of the sentence. So which of the following is punctuated correctly? All right, did you choose the one with the only punctuation is the end punctuation, the period at the end? That's the correct one. Remember, subordinated conjunction in the middle means you don't need to punctuate it. All right, number 3, until spring arrives, we have to be prepared for more snow. What is the subordinating conjunction in this sentence? Until. Until is the subordinating conjunction in the sentence. So when the conjunction is at the beginning of the sentence, how do we punctuate it? Until spring arrives, comma, we have to be prepared for more snow. Good. Number 4, I hit the snooze button as soon as the alarm went off. What is the the subordinating conjunction in this sentence? I'll give you a hint. It's more than one word. It's more than one word. All right, did you find it? As soon as? As soon as is our subordinating conjunction. Sometimes words have to work together to create a part of speech. This is one of those situations. All right, so because our subordinating conjunction is in the middle, right, we need to punctuate correctly for that. How do you punctuate number 4? And for number 4, because the subordinating conjunction is in the middle of the sentence, between the clauses, the only punctuation we need is the period at the end of the sentence. And then lastly is number 5. Unless you put in your best effort, you will not succeed. What is the subordinating conjunction in this sentence? Unless is our subordinating conjunction here. So with the subordinating conjunction at the beginning of the sentence, how would we punctuate? Unless you put in your best effort, comma, you will not succeed. Okay. That is our practice. Remember on the quiz, like I said earlier, you're going to have to write one sentence in which you use a subordinated conjunction at the beginning, and don't forget to punctuate it correctly. That means the comma after that first clause and a period at the end. You should also capitalize correctly, so if you have I in there, be careful of that. And on the quiz, you'll also have to write a sentence where you use a subordinating conjunction in the middle and punctuate that correctly. Remember, then you don't need any punctuation relative to the conjunction. I mean, maybe you need something for a different reason, but The conjunction doesn't need any punctuation. You just need that period at the end. All right, that's it. If you have questions or concerns, please contact me, and have a great day.